Steve Dotto here. How the heck you doing this fine day? You know, when I started my channel, I think the smartest thing that I did intuitively, and I didn't have any feedback from anybody else on this one I just knew had to be done, is I concentrated from the very beginning of my channel in responding to and reading every single comment that came into YouTube comments. To be honest, it wasn't all that much work, especially in the beginning, because we just didn't get all that many comments. But as my community started to grow, this became an increasingly important asset doing this. Because I think that the community members, the people that came and watched a video and did take time to comment, when they realized that I was engaging and reading and valuing what they had to say, I think that that began a relationship. And many of those people still watch the channel to today. You might be one of those people. And even if it didn't make a difference to the people watching the channel, it made a big difference to me, because by reading all of the comments and paying attention to what everybody said, I was able to get a better handle on what was working and what wasn't working on the channel. It was a good habit to get into. I still do it to this day, and as we're approaching 200,000 subscribers, we get too many comments for me to reply to all. And the reason that the main reason I can't reply to all the comments is many of the comments are technical questions about the products that we're working with. And it just takes too much time to answer technical questions with any degree of clarity. So it just comes down to there's not enough hours in the day. But I do read each one, and I take advantage. If you go into the YouTube comments, you'll see that there's a thumbs up that you can give, but that's anonymous. That's people just liking the post. And then there's also I can give a little heart, which is just my face going heart, saying, I guess you love a comment. I don't know what the actual proper term for the heart is, but I click on every one, which might seem excessive, but it means that I've read every one. And it means that I've read it. So I'm hoping that my community gets the sense that I still value their input, and their input does make a difference in what we put forward. YouTube promised about a year ago that creators were going to get something called a community tab, which would allow us to post photos and to do polls and to do all sorts of extra stuff. And they rolled it out to their most popular creators at the beginning. And I looked at it and I was jealous, and I thought that looked awesome. And then I was just waiting for it to appear in my channel. This is something that I would take advantage of. I would definitely look for more engagement in the community tab. And what happens when you post in the community tab, as far as I understand, is that your post and your comment appears in people's feed. So it's like it kind of broadcasts what you're posting. Anybody that's subscribed to you, they will get it in their YouTube feed. So you got to be careful not to overuse it. However, I didn't have it, so I couldn't overuse it because I didn't have it. Or so I thought. Here was my FFNC moment, flat forehead, no clue. I probably have had it for months, and I kept looking for it in the Creator Studio in the community, and all I ever saw was the normal comments, you know, subscribers, just the normal things that I could get to. I didn't see there a community forum or a community tab here in that area. And I don't know whether I just dropped the ball, or I wasn't paying attention, or I hope it's not because I'm just not that bright, but that's a distinct possibility as well. I was complaining to somebody about, you know, when am I going to get the community tab? They said, oh, you got it. I just was at your page. It's there. I went, say what? How could you see it on my page? And it turns out that you don't access it from the Creator Studio as you access everything else. No. You access it from your webpage, from your homepage. And there, looky, it's a community tab. And when I clicked on it, as soon as I made my very first post, it then broadcasted out to my community. And I was in. Now, I've only done a few posts, but it's already showing fruit. It's already working. My last episode of this vlog, I put a music bed underneath it, which was just a drum line. And I don't think it sounded all that great. And you agreed. Most of you didn't like it. Oh, actually, 38% of you liked it, 26% didn't like, and 36% didn't notice. But the people that didn't like it really didn't like it, whereas the people who liked it didn't really care whether we had it or not. So I think even though there's less people that didn't like it than liked it, the people were far more vocal and far more, there was a much more visceral reaction to the people that didn't like it. So I don't know if I'm going to put a music bed in this one yet, but if I do, it's going to be very quiet as I try and kind of figure out that side of the vlogging game. So that was just a quick little post. And what did I do? I had 120 people voted. Wow. Because I still keep voting, I think. But then I used it practically. That was practical as well. But I had a couple of different videos that I was thinking about producing. And it was going to be the Google Sheets, Google Keep, collaboration in Google Drive, or getting more out of Gmail. And we had 870 votes nearly. And they told me what video, you told me, my community told me what video to produce next. So I love this level of engagement, this ability to easily create a poll. And that adds so much more to the community aspect of YouTube. So if you're just starting out now, or if you're growing your channel now, finding a way to apply the community tab in engaging your community in conversation, obviously that's what it's there for, but it is well worth the effort. Now, again, I've heard a couple of other YouTube content creators talking about it, and I agree with some of the basic things that they say. And the first is don't over-publish. They say publish no more than once a day in your community tab, and I would question if even once a day is not too much. I am kind of going to do once every couple of days and make sure that there's something of value. Today I just kind of shared a little video or a picture of my setup to engage some conversation about hardware and gear and stuff like that. But it's not something that I think you should overuse. You got to be really careful of it. But it does speak to one of the habits that you can get into most effectively in growing your YouTube channel is listening. Listening to what your community says to you and honoring, respecting their engagement, respecting the fact that they're talking to you, and then letting them know. Because even though YouTube and the internet feels like this vast space where you're publishing one to many, and it's almost a faceless throng out there of people that are watching, you have to recognize that each and every person who's viewing your video is having quite an intimate relationship with you at that moment. Often they're holding you in the palm of their hands, and it's just your video they're watching at that moment. So even though when you're creating content and publishing to the world, when somebody's consuming it, it's a intimate relationship, one-on-one, you to them, because they have chosen to watch your video. They've clicked on it. So they have already invoked intent that they want to watch what you're interested in. Chances are they've also searched for it or navigated to it because it's in their feed. So they've got quite a bit of an investment in that transaction of viewing your video. And if they then take the time to actually comment on it, providing it's not just a stupid jackass comment, but if they take time to comment, to ask you a question, to offer a suggestion, to offer encouragement, to thank you, that's really erstwhile. That's taking some energy for somebody to say, thanks, this was just what I needed. And so it really behooves you to at least give it a click to let them know that you've read it, and even better yet, to give them a quick thank you and tell them you appreciate your being there. Long term, I think that is one of the healthiest things that we can do that creates growth in our channel. That's it. I'd love to hear your comments about the video. Please comment below. Let us know. Let me know what you think about and how you handle comments and how you handle conversations with your community. Maybe some better ways to do things. Some suggestions on better ways to do things as far as managing your comments. Would love to hear those thoughts from you. And of course, if you have not yet subscribed to this channel, what the heck are you doing? Please subscribe. I want to hit 1 million subscribers. That's what this whole vlog is about. I can't do it without your support. Hit that subscribe and make sure you ring the notification bell so you hear when we upload new videos here at dottotech. Till next time, I'm Steve Dotto. Have fun storming a castle.